I'm Dennis Cunningham, and I'm a Fund Development and Outreach Officer with the International Institute for Sustainable Development.
Okay, and that's headquartered in Winnipeg?
In Winnipeg, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this, the video that that's just been released by the Institute, and what you're discovering about the impacts of climate change on the North.
Sure. The video was originated by a Sax Harbor community member, Rosemary Kaptana. She's also an IISD board member, and she decided, or her and her community have been noticing significant changes in their environment, and they wanted to bring those changes to the attention of people in the South. She brought sort of a project idea to the board, and it went to a couple of different people and was eventually developed into sort of a full-blown project called Inuit Observations on Climate Change. It operated over the course of a year. There was a scientific team and sort of the Institute team going up to the community 4 times, working with the community members, sort of following them as they did their traditional sort of subsistence lifestyle activities, and just, sort of getting information on them and working with the traditional knowledge that they have and that they've gained over generations of living on the land to see what they think is happening with their environment.
It's pretty significant, the conclusions that are coming out.
Yeah, the things that they've seen have been, really, they're worrying. They're catching salmon and herring and cisco in their fishing nets. They've never seen those species up there before. Grizzly bear tracks have been spotted up there. The sea ice is getting thinner and farther away from their community, so it makes it harder for them to hunt seals and polar bear. And it's more dangerous to go out after the foods that they depend on.
The thunderstorms?
Yeah, thunderstorms have been reported, and that's sort of the first time ever. The permafrost is thawing. Their building foundations are shifting. Windows are bursting because of the shifting of the foundations. Doors can't open or can't close. An inland lake, the bank collapsed and drained into the ocean, took all the freshwater fish with them. There's mosquitoes up there. And they're becoming like a nuisance. They never were a nuisance before. There's lots more flies around. Robins and barn swallows have been seen in the community. They've never been seen up there before. They don't have no word for robin. They don't have a word for some other mosquitoes that they've seen up there, or sorry, other insects that they've seen up there. So these are totally new, and they just don't know what it means for their traditional lifestyle.
Well, I think maybe an outside observer would suggest that it means pretty significant changes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're worried that they're going to not be able to adapt to those changes. They're worried that they're going to have to leave the island, a place that they've lived for. The community has been based there for 50 years, but it's been a traditional hunting area for the community for, several hundred years. And what they're doing, what they've taken or given us in this project is a sense of what they've been taught by sort of the previous generations about what the weather's supposed to do, or how they can predict it. Now they're finding that it's too unpredictable. They don't know what's going to happen from day to day or from season to season. Things like the sea ice is freezing later in the year and thawing earlier, has a significant impact on how they live their lives. So it's frightening for them, and it means that a culture it's going to be radically changed, but it also could be gone forever.
So certainly it's worrying for them. It should be a kind of a wake-up call for us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's sort of the message that we're trying to send to people in the South, is that changes are affecting Canadians already. Climate change is a reality, and it's look out. It may not mean that it's going to be warmer, or may be warmer in southern Canada, but it's going to have significant impacts there as well.
So I heard Henry Hengeveld, the Canadian scientist with the Canadian delegation, saying that the current warming in the north is, I think it's 2.5 degrees Celsius, but by 2060 we're heading for somewhere between 12 and 16 degrees warmer in the north.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So we've seen these kinds of impacts with such a small warming.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, it suggests to me that it's the end of the Arctic.
Well, I mean, I don't know the science of it, but it could very well mean that. From what I've heard, the impacts that could occur are, I mean, it could change the way the ice forms, the way the ocean currents run. It could do 100 different things that where people are only beginning to try and model. What we're trying to say with our video is that in the north, climate change models have always predicted in the north that there would be significant change there first, and then we would see it sort of as it moves southward. And so we figure that this is a clear warning sign. It's happening. Action needs to be taken.
Do you think the delegates in the meeting here this week is taking the warning seriously?
I don't know. It's a funny process. In my mind, I don't have a real clear sense of exactly what happens here, but obviously something has gone wrong. The call hasn't been heard, and that's a shame. I mean, at the Institute, we would have liked to have seen the protocol ratified and acted on, as early and as quickly as possible. I mean, it's a small step in the right direction, and it doesn't even look like we're going to do that.
Anything else to add?
No.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Cops are watching us.